Okay. Just a reminder to everyone to please mute yourselves. I will go through and mute people if there is any background noise. If you do find that you need to unmute yourselves, you can do so. If you're on the computer, there's the mute button on the bottom left corner of your screen. And if you're on a landline, you would do *6. All righty, whenever you're ready, Gloria.
Okay.
Hey, Gloria.
Hi there. Hi, Aaron. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our regular membership meeting. Is Donetta on today? I didn't hear from her. Did anybody hear from her?
Did not.
No? Okay, so we're going to just move forward then. Like I said, thank you all for joining us this afternoon. And I'd like all of us to have a moment of silence for the two members that we lost, Kathleen Harrison and Paul Barnes. Okay, thank you very much. I don't know about any of you that are online today, but it seemed like just the other day for the Halloween party that Kathleen was there with us. And I was just so happy to see her up and out and about. And so that just goes to show how life is today. It's no more here today and gone tomorrow. It's here today and gone today. So that all of us need to try to put as much living as we can into each and every day. That being said, we'll move on to Aaron with updates.
Okay, thank you, Gloria, and that's very well said. I think that we have experienced quite a bit of loss
Yes.
this year, and it's important to acknowledge that and to remember that we have each other. And this big group right here that keeps coming to meeting every week. This is the group we need to take care of each other. Good job. So if you are not doing well or going through hard times or whatever it is that remember that we're here and we want to hear from you, and I know that the other members do as well. So I think that's just important to acknowledge in moments like this. So but thank you for that. Okay, well, it is as always wonderful to see everybody. Hello, happy holidays. Hope you all had a nice Thanksgiving. Hope you ate well. I hope if you got a meal from us that it was delicious. I know that the kitchen staff and the social work staff and just about everybody at Isaacs chipped in to make that all happen, including our members. And
Okay, you are using a computer.
Oh, you could put yourself on mute there. So I did want to start with a shout out to all the folks that made Thanksgiving happen. We did, for those who are on the toast, thank you for coming. We distributed 465 turkeys this year and delivered over 1,000 meals. So that was a big undertaking, and it took the whole sort of community to pull it off. So thank you for that. It's always just such a fun week too. Everyone's it couldn't be busier and more complicated, but it's also the funnest time to be there. So thanks everybody for coming. Let's see, I had a couple other announcements. Gemma will go into details about the vaccine clinic this Saturday, but that is happening. That's been something that folks have asked for boosters. You can also get a first dose if you haven't gotten a first dose and are interested in vaccine. That is coming to Isaacs on Saturday. Gemma will go over the details there. We'll also need to start talking about the Christmas holiday. We do a meal distribution on that day. This year we're planning to do the same. More details will come out about the timing of that, what that looks like. Christmas is on a Saturday this year, but Gemma will start collecting names. So if you're interested in receiving that meal, she'll give you the details on how to sign up for that. Something mentioned tablets again, and I just wanted to say overall, outside of the tablets that have been distributed now through NYCHA last year, a couple through DFTA this year, and we were able to secure a number privately as well for folks that are in need. If technology is an issue, if lack of technology is preventing you from being able to participate in the way that you would like to, please let us know that. There are avenues that we can take to make sure that you are up to speed on technology. And then we've been doing technology clinics. So if you have a smartphone or a tablet or something in your laptop, not quite sure how to use it for what you want to do, we can help you with that as well, and we'd like to. So those are some of the big highlights. I'll also just say that December is always a tricky month because folks are coming and going. There's a lot of folks take vacation time to travel and to be with family. A lot of staff do that. So if wait times get a little longer for walk-in clinic or to see your social worker, please, I ask for your understanding there. But if there are emergencies, please make sure that you reach out to us and let us know that because we will have support staff throughout the month. Okay, I think those are my big highlights. I'll come back for questions if need be, but I'll send it back to you, Gloria.
Okay, so, all right, we'll get our updates from Gemma.
Hi, everyone. I have a decent amount of updates. So the first thing I want to address is the tablets. So right now, the outreach that we're doing for tablets is based on a list that was sent to us specifically from Department for the Aging. They have very specific criteria for who's eligible for those tablets. So if you've indicated that you want a tablet in the past and you haven't gotten a call, it's not because we don't want to call you and we don't want to offer you a tablet. It's just the list that we're working from at the moment is determined by a specific source. And if you've given your name in the past, we still have it down. It's just we just have to wait till we're able to access that list. If you have an urgent need, please make sure you meet with a social worker. And then we can see if we can arrange, see if you're eligible for a grant or something, so we can meet those needs to make sure you stay connected. The vaccine clinic is this Saturday, December 4th. There will be appointments. It is best that you make an appointment. However, it's not required, but it is highly suggested. The appointment times right now are from 10:30 all the way to 3:30 in 30-minute increments. You can reach out to your social worker. You can come to the front desk. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Bonnie, and we can help you get scheduled if you don't have access to a computer on your own. However, it's a very easy sign-up process and I can email you the link. If you're not getting my emails, we want to make sure that you're getting those. So please let me know if you're not getting my email so I can make sure you get our daily emails and our updates. Email and robocalls and robotexts are our most effective way of getting information out to people. And I know that not everyone is connected to different types of technology, but at the very least, getting our robocalls and making sure you're attending the membership meetings is the best way for us to get you the information, aside from you coming in and getting the updates in person. I'm working on the December calendar. I should have it out for you before the end of this week. Fingers crossed if all goes smoothly. And I'm going to jump right into some dates for everyone. So regular programming is continuing as scheduled. There is 2 changes. Nostalgic Memories was moved to in-person only. It's now on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. So it directly follows Rincon Latino. And that's with Karina. It won't be meeting. Oh, actually, she's in on Tuesday, so I don't think there's any gap in her programming for that, but there may be some gaps in her social work walk-in hours. Sorry, I'm just trying to go through. So with that being said, I'm gonna go through my one-time programming that isn't on the regularly scheduled programming. So next Monday at 1 o'clock, We will have a nutrition over 60 workshop. It's hosted by our in-house nutritionist. She's here Monday and Wednesdays. If you want to meet with the nutritionist, let me know so I can make that referral to her and she can set up a time to meet with you. Her hours are kind of limited. So if you're interested in actually setting up a one-on-one, let's make sure that we're making that connection for you. So that workshop will be learning about like moderation in terms of salt and sugar and stuff like that. And then that will be December 6th. Also on December 6th is our Hanukkah party. I'm going to be doing like a learn about Hanukkah. I know there's a common misconception with there being a large Jewish population in New York, and we know about Jewish holidays, but there isn't always a lot of opportunity to learn. So for non-Jews, this is also an invite to you. It's going to be a really fun time. There's going to be latkes and jelly donuts and dreidels, and we're going to just learn about Hanukkah and just have a good time and celebrate the holiday. It's the last night of the holiday as well, so it'll be a nice special way to end it out.
What time?
That'll be from 3 to 5. And then I'm working on getting a COVID-19 info session with Dr. Scales, who we love. So as soon as I get an update on that, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can get one December 10th, but if not, I will keep you guys updated. December 10th in the afternoon, though, from 2 to 4 will be our holiday party. It'll be festive. We'll have lots of festive music. There's going to be an ugly sweater contest, perhaps some cookie decorating or gingerbread house making, one of those, or maybe both, ? And some sweet treats. So it'll be a fun way to celebrate the holidays together. I know it's a little bit early for some people, but we want to make sure that, if people are traveling for the holidays and stuff, they get the opportunity to celebrate with us. And then December 13th, which is that Monday at 1 p.m., there's a food bank cooking demo. So the food bank cooking demos are really fun because they're a mix of a nutrition workshop, but there's also a live cooking demo and a tasting. So you get to learn and also enjoy the food that you're learning about. Social Action Committee is moved to December 16th for just this month. And then Programming Committee, or the Ed Rec Committee, we are moving to the third Monday of the month. So this way it doesn't conflict with any other meetings. And yeah, just to flag something. So Erin's group is now a bi-weekly group. It meets typically the first and the third Thursday of the month. And if there's any schedule changes, I will make sure to inform everyone. And the Cornell students are still coming. Their hours are typically going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. I tried to ask for a regularly scheduled time, but since they are working in hospitals, sometimes it's a little difficult to keep them on a very strict schedule. I will be printing this flyer out. Again, it'll be in the monthly calendar as well, so you have all the dates and the times available, but they're typically here a Tuesday or a Thursday. Those are their more common days. And as Erin said, a lot of people are taking vacation time. So you just have to be really patient with both the social workers and especially the front staff. We have a walk-in schedule for a reason. We want to make sure that if there's any urgent needs that people need met, that there's a social worker that's going to be here available for them. We understand that in December it can be a little frustrating because those hours are kind of wonky, but we want to do the best that we can to be able to get you assistance. But with that being said, also please be patient and nice with the people at the front desk because they do not control people's schedules. If someone is not available and you don't come with an appointment, the person that you need may not be available, and the person at the front desk does not have control of that. So again, we want to help you as best as we can, but sometimes, there's only so much a person at the front can do. But it's not because they don't want to help you, it's just that at the moment they may not be able to address the exact need that you have. And I think that's my updates. So I also wanted to flag, I know a lot of people had suggestions about programming that they wanted to see. I know people have been wanting the Ed Rec committee to come back. we need to make sure we're getting numbers because we want to provide the programming that people are asking for, but if no one's showing up for the programming that you're asking for, then it makes it a little difficult to figure out what it is that people actually want. The numbers have to prove the desire. That makes sense.
Yes.
So I know with COVID, things are kind of difficult. People are kind of weary of what they want to participate in. And it, it's fine if you're not really comfortable all the time coming in, but if you want to see something, let me know. I'll try to make it happen as best as I can. But if it doesn't work out and people aren't showing up, I can't keep things up all the time. And yeah, so I'm really quickly gonna give my phone number. So also to flag, if you're ever in the center, you see me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I get back to messages as soon as I can, or refer you to whoever is needed. But sometimes it does take me a little bit longer than other times. And it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just because I just simply haven't had the time to sit down and listen to the message to be able to get back to you. So my phone number is, oh, one other thing, glasses. So just something to flag. People who came in for the eye exam, who got glasses, we had a little bit of a hiccup with the delivery. So if you came in for glasses, you can check in with me, or you can just come in and see if your glasses are here. The optician will be here till Friday. You can come in between the hours of 9 to 2 to pick up your glasses. If for some reason your glasses aren't here, no need to panic. We will make sure it gets rectified. Either they'll reprint the prescription for you, and we'll get the glasses to you at another time, or we'll get you a voucher and we'll make sure that that issue gets addressed. But we are aware that there is a little bit of a miscommunication in the glasses getting printed. Getting filled. So just wanted to flag that. But if you got glasses,
If you have a problem with the glasses that you received,
you can also let me know about that, so I can forward that information to the organization.
okay.
And I know some people were interested in getting glasses. I haven't gotten a chance to reach out to them about if we're going to schedule them to come back or if we'll just get a voucher, but I didn't forget about anyone who has indicated that they're interested in glasses. So that's glasses. Okay, so I'm going to give everyone my phone number whenever you're ready. It's 347-475-5321. Again, 347-475-5321. And I'm going to give you Bonnie's number. Just need to find it. Okay, it's 646-201-6546. Again, 646-201-6546.
Ya estoy conectada.
And also,
Okay.
we have our trip coming up next week. I think there's 2 more slots if anyone's interested in going to the Resort World Casino in the Catskills. We have 2 more spots. It's $40. And then we also have the Nork trip that will be on the 27th. As usual, the Nork trip is priority for Nork residents. So that's anyone who lives in the development surrounding Isaacs. So that's 419 East 93rd, 405 East 92nd, 1780 First Avenue, 1806 First Avenue, and 1830, 1806, 1780. Yeah, I think that's all of them. So the priority seats goes to people that live at those addresses. And then starting December 13th, we will be able to allow senior center members to sign up if depending on how many seats we have. It is in the past, we haven't had wait lists for people who are senior center because we want to make sure it's fair to those who sign up. The sign up time will start on December 13th. So in the future, just make note that the Nork trips, if you're not a Nork member, you have to wait until the sign up time to sign up for that trip. Just so we make sure it's fair for everyone, because not everyone, you know, if we don't indicate that there's a wait list and you leave your name, then it's not fair to the people who waited till the day that it was assigned to sign up. Just
Well,
like-
I'm number 7 on the waiting list.
all right, well,
Wait
that's why I
list.
said in the future, we're not doing wait lists. So we're not adding anyone else to the wait list at this point.
Okay.
So I just wanted to be clear about that. And I think that's it for me.
Okay, I just want to once again remind the members like Gemma spoke about a little while ago, because I think I've been saying this to all of you before COVID, that at Stanley Isaac, it's a numbers game. For all of the activities that you want to be held at Stanley Isaac on Zoom in the building, you have to come up with the numbers. A lot of the programs that you ask for, those instructors are not volunteering. A lot of them have to be paid, and it makes no sense to pay for anybody and only 3 people show up for a class. So you need to keep that in mind very seriously when you're asking for a specific program or class to be held, that you're going to show up for the class. And I think that's only being fair to the person that's holding the class, and also being fair to the center that has to provide the funds for that individual. So now moving forward is, what is it, Gianni from the workforce across the street, is she here?
Yes, I'm here. Gianni, thank you, Gloria.
Okay,
So we'll be talking about intergen programming. There's a lot of programming that's separate in the senior center, or the older adult center, I apologize, versus the youth center, and we want to combine it. And so we're doing that through workshops, and we also have the arts and crafts groups that is centered in the older adult center. So we would love if we could combine that. We did something similar with pumpkin painting. So hopefully we could do something in the winter, for example, like creating snowmen, something cute like that both the youth and the older adults would be into. And then I think as well, we're currently having a Winter Wonderland event, December 22nd. We're having a section for Kwanzaa, and would love if anyone was interested in storytelling. We're going to have, basically you would pick a candle, for example, like the Umoja, and that represents unity, and you would say a story that represents unity for you. And so the students would all write about whatever candle connects for them, and so you can participate in that respect. And so we have many other activities that I can list for you, but based on those 2, if any of you guys are interested, I would love if you could reach out to me. I can announce my number right now if everyone's ready. Okay, so 929-391-6962. Once again, 929-391-6962. And Justina also wrote it in the chat. I'm also going to leave my email in the chat. So thank you guys. And that's
okay,
all.
all right, hon, thanks a lot. And like Gianna just said, if anybody is interested in participating in any of these events, please reach out to her. Or if you have a suggestions as to something else that you might want to do with the students to be involved, reach out to her also. I mean, so that we can get the programs moving. So moving forward, Patki, are you on this afternoon?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Hello?
Hi. Sorry. How are you?
Okay, how about you?
I'm good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. So quick update from my end on the senior center bathrooms. So as we expected, the timeline's gotten pushed back just a little bit, but we are scheduled as of now to start construction hopefully in February. There are 2 bathrooms obviously that need to be renovated. They are doing one at a time so that we have at least one operating while the other one's being renovated. So we're trying to tie up loose ends and hopefully we can start that promptly in February. Do folks have questions or anything on the bathroom piece?
No,
Okay,
I don't have.
okay. That's it for me.
Thanks,
Thank
Patki. Greg, are you on board?
Hi, everybody. Nice to see you. Let me just say a real generous, warm extension of gratitude and appreciation to the Isaacs community, our staff, our seniors, our tremendous volunteers. We did everything we could to make a Thanksgiving special, to make a Thanksgiving week special. That started from Monday and lasted all the way on through to our Thanksgiving toast. And I just want to extend to all of you, I know that we are still not the organization we were before the pandemic, and our opportunities to gather and build relationships and connect to each other have changed. But I hope that the way in which we celebrated together and we acknowledged the day and acknowledged the week, I hope you saw that as an expression of our gratitude and the blessing and honor that we have in partnering and connecting with you. And I hope it felt special. I hope it felt warm. And I hope it leads us on to the next sort of set of celebrations as an organization and as a community as we enter the holiday season and a new year. I can't help but share with everybody my desire and need to make sure that we are safe and comfortable. We've entered into another round of challenges as we navigate the pandemic. I know you've heard about the booster and the opportunity here at the Isaac Center to be able to get access to vaccination and boosters. But I just want to say to all of you, we're going to continue to do everything we can to try to make this community feel special and honored and to celebrate the holidays. For those of you who are capable of making it to the center, I hope you felt the warmth. Shout out to Gemma and Albert and others for making the center feel warm and inviting. For all of the different community engagement partners that we have who try very hard to connect and to build, even in what are really challenging circumstances, to make our center feel the spirit of the holiday season. We're going to continue to work as hard as we can on that. So even though we don't look the same and it doesn't quite feel the same, I hope that you feel the gratitude. I hope that you feel the spirit of the holiday season. I hope you feel the warmth and enthusiasm for a new year, because there's a new year ahead of us. And there's lots of work to do to take care of each other and to take care of our community. So on that note, I'm open to any questions, concerns, or thoughts that folks have, but I just want to express my thanks once again. It's always an honor and a privilege to be present in your life, especially during the holiday season. Thank you.
Greg, I have a question. I have a friend that lives on the west side that's a member at Goodard. And I understand from her that there's no limitation in the amount of people that they have there for lunch. So is it every center that's different for the Department of Aging, or everybody sets their own rules, or or how does that work?
It's an interesting question, and Aaron and I were debating this just yesterday, I believe, as we were digging into it. So I'm going to defer to Aaron to kind of fill in the blanks on this, and I guess I'll just frame it a little bit by saying we're learning in real time, and there is some amount of individual choice. And I think, Aaron, you and I have discussed a pathway forward, hopefully, that will continue to grow the opportunity. So on that note, Aaron, I'll pass it to you, and you can share where we are and I think where we see ourselves going into the new year.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I'll add to that too, Gloria, to try to answer the question. So the short answer is there are limitations. There are some restrictions on what the different centers can do and how many folks can be in specific rooms. So it's all about the size of the room and what capacity you can be at. So Goddard does have to, adhere to some of those standards. They do have a larger, at this point, space than we do. And I think that we are also, with the setup in the dining room now, we want to make sure that there is that divider and that space between folks. And that's something that we decided to do at Isaacs that not all the centers are being asked to do necessarily. So there are some choices that the centers are making, based on their committees and their, safety protocols and all that. So, so it does look a little different in Goddard right now. My guess is that as the year goes on and we learn more, you'll see some of those programs looking more similar, Isaac Center looking more similar, and us being able to, over the course of the year, expand, track whatever needs to happen, to keep everybody safe.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And it's highly likely, I think, Aaron, even to extend this a little further, I think it's highly likely as we enter into the new year, just in terms of some of the expectations, I guess, as it relates to increasing capacity. Is it correct, Aaron, to say that the Department for the Aging has started to say, well, increasing capacity could be related to folks sharing vaccination information?
That's right. And that's
Okay.
very, yeah, so that's very
That
new
makes sense.
information. Yeah, but what you could see, and what some of the conversations that are happening at Department for the Aging and with the directors of the centers, is that programs like that would be more high risk, like lunch, could expand their capacity if we were to show vaccines to enter, kind of like you would if you've gone out to a restaurant, what they do when they walk in. So
Right.
we haven't gotten enough information to implement that right away,
Mhm.
but it sounds like that's where things are headed. And we'll update you and we'll get your feedback and input on that. So it would be program to program, depending on the capacity you're allowed to, that we could have, and how much and how much risk is involved. Like how close are people together? Are people exercising and breathing heavily, taking their mask down to eat? All of those things will factor in. So more to come on that throughout the month, I would imagine.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
and the
right,
only
so-
other thing I just want to mention this too, and I think as an organization over the last year, how long has it been? 16, 18 months. I mean, I think we have sought to evolve, meaning where we started, as we learn, we adjust, we learn more, we adjust, we learn more on top of that, we adjust, whether it's the intake process, or it's the temperature checks, or it's the volume of people in and around the building, whether it's the congregate meals, the group. I think we've steadily sort of made allowances to try to keep everybody safe. And, we're going to continue to work on that trajectory. And I think that will, as Aaron has pointed out, will put us on a path in the new year to continuing to grow access. But we want to do that safely and responsibly. And I also want to note for you, because I've heard this in other settings, and I think it's important to share here, there has been communication sometimes by members of the community, seniors and others, about sort of, well, why is it that vaccination isn't mandated to be able to enter into the center or to be able to participate in activities? And we've heard that. We've heard that. And I can appreciate on one hand why it is that that's on the minds of some folks, especially as we think about safety and security and wellness. But I want to be clear that our primary responsibility, our mission and vision is to be able to provide services to everyone. And so we're always going to have this healthy tension between wanting to have maximum access with wanting to ensure health and safety. This is never going to be an institution that turns people away. This is never going to be an institution that isn't working to satisfy the self-reliance and dignity, mission and vision that we have. So we're going to make responsible choices. We're going to be open to all. And again, to Aaron's point, the opportunities to add layers related to people showing or sharing their vaccination information may create more opportunity, but we're always going to be an organization meeting the expectations of our funders and our mission and vision. And the desire is always going to be, regardless, is, in terms of what people are coming to the table with, to try to meet them where they're at. So I just want to note that as a healthy tension, and one we think about a lot, we talk about a lot, and we'll continue to talk about a lot. And again, just another reminder, vaccination and boosters scheduled for Saturday at the Isaac Center. You're welcome to join us. Aaron, I don't know if there's anything else I should add to that or should be added to that to button that up, but just want to express that healthy tension that we've continued to try to navigate.
And I understand and I appreciate all of that. And just like all of you there are reaching out to the seniors, I want the seniors to be willing to do the same thing. So that moving forward next year, I mean, if we're able to gather in the center in a larger group, I mean, and if you're asked to show, do you have a card that you've been vaccinated? Don't get an attitude. Why are you asking me? Why do you need to know that? Well, we need to know that because we want everybody to be safe. Just like I'm safe, I want you to be safe also, okay? And I think that's being fair, and I think the seniors need to understand that also, because at times they can get a bit cocked themselves. So that being said, on behalf of all of the seniors, to Greg, to Aaron, to Gemma, to Bonnie, to the entire cooking staff, to Crystal and that whole group, on behalf of all of the seniors, I thank you for the wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. Like I said at the toast, it was my first time in my 22 years of being a member. I mean, and if this is the way that Stanley Isaac had been throwing down for the centers, for the seniors every year, they just need to give a thumbs up, because it was absolutely above and beyond. Okay, so thank you from all of them to all of you. Okay. And so if that's the end of our meeting, we have nothing else. Your questions, right? Any questions for Gemma?
I
Aaron?
wanted to flag something that came up. I know some people were asking about Soups Up. I don't have an update on that yet, but I'm hoping I will have an update before the end of the month and by next membership meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll just say, I think Soups Up is coming back in 2022. We just don't have the start date yet, but the work is already in progress. The team is already coming together, reforming to try to get us back out and getting those healthy meal kits out for Soups Up.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good news.
And it'll come.
I
in
thank you for that. Okay, because I'm looking forward to that. So that's a good thing.
I
Okay,
also just wanted to quickly remind people, there's 2 programs that we added that I think are interesting to people, but has had kind of low attendance. The book club that meets the first Monday of every month. So that'll be meeting the 6th at 2 o'clock. The book that they read this month, if you're a fast reader, you could give it a shot. It's called The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. It was also, I think it's also, there's an adaptation of it on Netflix. So if you want to cheat a little for the first, you could always give it a shot or compare how the book was to the Netflix series. And then we're gonna work on making sure we get the title of the book out within the same week of the first meeting, so that you guys have enough time to get the book. I highly suggest joining the book club. I think it's a lot of fun. If I had more time to read, I would love to join it. And the library has an app that you can access books on, and then we also can provide assistance if you find that you need help accessing the books. Or if you don't have access to it, the book on the app, we can also arrange something for you. So let me know if you're interested in book club and don't have easy access to books. And
And
sorry?
go ahead.
And then also the bio writing on Thursdays, it meets on Thursdays at noon. That's a really good opportunity to just refine writing skills. If you like to write, if you're interested in learning on writing skills, especially, I think one of the hardest skills for writing is knowing how to write about yourself. That's a really good I think that would be a really great meeting if you're interested in writing about yourself, writing about memories you've had in the past, or just writing about yourself to, whether it be resumes or like a biography about yourself. I think it's a really good meeting. I think you guys should check it out if you're interested. And that's my spiel.
And I just wanted to say, if anybody is interested, I went online Sunday at TBN, and I was able to watch Queen Esther, and it was free, and I believe it's still available if anybody is interested. I think it comes on at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, when I saw it, I think it was, I was on my computer at 10 o'clock. And I don't know, I think when I looked at my clock again, it was after 2. I don't know what happened, what was the holdup between all of that. But if you're still interested, you might want to give it a try. That's Queen Esther, and it's free. TBS. Okay.
By the way, I just want to say one other thing. I've been spending time on the east side and the west side and up in East Harlem. And, you know, everywhere I go, the message is kind of the same. And that is, I keep hearing people say, you know, I'd really like to go visit another one of those centers. I'd really like to know what's going on the east side, or I'd like to know what's going on the west side. So I just kind of want to say, in this new year, I'm hoping we can make time to introduce this community and this neighborhood to some of the folks that we're meeting in other neighborhoods, because I think there's a lot of opportunity to get to know each other. And I think kind of an east-west connection of older adults could be a very powerful and interesting thing for everyone. And I hope that that's something we can show and demonstrate, that sort of interest and that sort of power and that sort of energy, because I think it could help influence what our city is going to look like in the new year. I hope that's something that might be of interest to you.
Okay, thanks, Greg. So are you going to your questions, Gemma, or no?
If anyone else has any questions, I know we also have people in the dining room. This is the time.
Gemma, you mentioned the library for the having an app. Is that the New York Public Library?
I think it's called Libby.
Libby. Okay. I'll look for it.
Yeah, I think it's called the Libby app, and it's sponsored by the New York Public Library, and I think you just need a library card to be able to access the app.
Thank you.
Mhm. Any questions in the dining room? If there are, you just have to make sure you unmute yourself. No, anyone else on the call? Any questions? Oh, I see it looks like there's someone raising their hand in the dining room.
Yeah, I heard Greg alluding to visiting other sectors. Tell me, did I do that wrong? Greg mentioned something about other sectors, interacting with other communities, interacting with cities, communities.
The gentleman is asking about interacting with other centers. Is it? The question's more like.
Yeah, how would that, I mean, what information is available to know where these communities are and how to get there, et cetera?
Yeah, well, Chuck, I could try to answer that. So as part of the sort of Isaacs Goddard coming together, and my portfolio, and actually Greg's portfolio too, in terms of programs that we are helping to lead, we have access to Goddard Riverside Older Adult Center, the West Side NORC program, the Lincoln Square Older Adult Center NORC hybrid, just like we have at Isaacs. So we're all part of the same sort of network and family now. So there's many opportunities that will be coming over the course of the year to do what?
How would we learn about this in terms of getting there and finding out what programs are there? I mean,
Yeah,
make it possible. You know,
those are good questions. And we'll try to make that as easy as possible. I think, as Greg alluded to, we'll try to do things that are very deliberate and thoughtful so that you'll get to meet one another, and all the directions and details would be very clear. So I'm open to any ideas you have about that, or anybody the group here has. Program committee would be a great time to talk that through. So we haven't done any planning on it specifically, other than to talk about some of the ideas and potential there. So we're very open to it.
You talked about these other communities. Are they amenable to us going there? I mean, these other communities, the other centers, I mean, are they agreeable to us coming there? And as much as maybe sending people here from their environment to us? Or will we be going there only, or how does that work?
Well, you can go anywhere you'd like, because if you're, as an older adult in New York City, you are eligible to sign up for as many older adult centers as you'd like. You could go and register, you could go and get their calendar and see if there's stuff of interest to you there. You know, you can, yeah.
Right, we'd have to look that up.
You'd probably, right, and you'd probably have to, you could look it up, you could go there. I mean, if you were just interested in the addresses, we could get you that easily enough.
What about them coming here to our community?
I agree.
What
Yeah.
they're doing there, you know?
Yeah,
I know you tell us a lot about, you know, things, you know. Maybe they could share out their community with us, so as they can entice us to go there. There has to be a reason to go there in the first place.
I agree. So I think that each one of these, what I've learned is that each one of these programs has some pretty unique things to offer and has their own sort of culture and style and the way they do things. And yeah, I think it's all very, very interesting. And I think that there's something that we can all learn from one another. So as Greg said, we got to get creative to do that. So it's not just, you know, as I said, you're welcome to go to any of those places, but
In a theater district, I think near 8th and 9th Avenue, I've heard about that one, and I'd be interested in going to that. We're a theater district.
go to the theater district. Yeah. Well, Isaacs does just as much of that as anybody with the shows, but yeah, you're right.
Well, Aaron, if you have your membership card, which isn't it good in any district center?
So
Can't
it's
you
the
go to any
same
center with
card.
your card?
It's the same card, but most centers, including Isaacs and I believe Goddard, would have you sign up at least with your general information, because they wouldn't have access to anything other than your name, phone number, I think your primary contact. So there may be this process at each place to sign up before you could participate in the programs. But every program is different in that sense. So
Yes,
you might want to go and find out first.
about it. Yes. When you go to another center and they put your chip in the system, they notice it that you are not a member there, so they send you to the office to activate your chip. And they also give you papers to fill out, like with the questionnaire, but you don't have to make an appointment or anything like that. You just show up and you have right away access to the dining room, and they'll tell you how to go to activate your membership. But you can go as many centers as you want all over Manhattan.
Right, all over New York City.
Yes. Yes, I went as far as Roosevelt Island.
Good
Yes.
for you.
Uh-huh.
One of the ways we can start this introduction in some ways probably is we can use the Zoom forum probably to start actually, and think about how it is during forums like this, during a membership meeting or otherwise, you know, setting up a Zoom link at Lincoln Square or at Goddard or other places where we can just kind of do some introductions and you can kind of see what's happening and folks can talk through the schedules. And maybe that's a beginning way of sort of introducing you to some of your neighbors across town and in other places. And then we can use that as an opportunity to jump off and make some personal connections too. So I'll sort of put that out there as a challenge for 2022, which is getting to know other programs around the city. And I think Zoom is a great way to start the introduction to do some of what was referred to here, which was, well, I'd like to see what happens there. I'd like to see who's over there. I'd like that, like we can start that in this way. And I think we can build from there.
Right. Well, if we have no other questions or anything else to discuss, then I can close out the meeting. Yeah, agreed.
Last call for questions. All righty, I think we're good to go.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my Christmas wish. If I could have one Christmas wish more precious than all others, my wish would be that all mankind would truly live as brothers. With love to guide the daily path, there'd be no one in need. God's blessings would be shared by all of every race and creed. If I could have my Christmas wish, we'd count our brothers' worth and make come true the angel's song, peace, goodwill to men on earth. So let's try to focus on that moving forward. First week of Advent, and think about all of our brothers and sisters, regardless of color, creed, race, or religion. So until the next meeting, have a week of blessings, and I'll see you when I see you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
All
Thank you.
right. Bye, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Bye.